許せ、サスケ。これで最後だ。
I'm gonna cover the positives because there aren't many, and then I'm gonna go into the bad stuff. First positive, the conversation between Sai and Hanabi. That was very enjoyable. It felt very realistic. And yeah, that was the first positive. Second positive was the mystery that they introduced at the start of the episode, which makes you question, who's that? Why did he or she release these animals? What's gonna happen? And you know, makes you want to watch the next episode as soon as possible. So that's the second positive. Third positive were interactions between Team 7 for like a couple of seconds at the start, and Mitsuki's sentence, comedy sentence at the end of the episode when he said women's tears are the most fearsome or something like that. And the last positive would be Sumire. Okay, let's start talking about this horrible episode, which is arguably the worst side character development episode of Boruto. So Wasabi and Namida, during the Genin graduation exam, we see that they have these cool abilities, and immediately we get very interested, right? We are interested in their characters, and obviously they got pretty much no screen time throughout the series, so they finally got an episode. In my opinion, characters don't have to learn new lessons all the time, because character development isn't only about learning new things. A lot of the times people think that character progression and character development are the same things, but they're not. Sometimes even I kind of give an impression that I don't know the difference, but I do know. You don't need to worry. But they didn't learn anything. In fact, Wasabi just acted out of character. It feels as though an idiot wrote this episode. That's how it feels, with zero fucks given. That conflict had to be one of the most... Actually, that was the most forced thing I ever saw in Boruto. Kagura changing his mind every 5 minutes in the Hidden Mist arc was bad. Sumire, who had pretty much a perfect life, suddenly deciding to kill everybody in the village because she was brainwashed, that felt forced. And then she was changed in another 5 minutes. But this, they went from being normal to getting into this stupid, unnecessary conflict, to solving the conflict very quick. Let me explain. Wasabi and Namida were shown to have a perfect relationship so far. If they're gonna have Wasabi be a little bitch towards Namida, they have to make some type of foreshadowing before. They need to give some hints before. You can't just throw in two characters and have them be in this stupid, useless conflict. They basically made Wasabi look like a little bitch, like a little annoying bitch. That's basically what they did. It felt so forced, I can't even describe it. I can't even describe how forced this felt. And the thing is, last episode, we got this amazing side character development episode for, you know, Iwabe and his team, which for me was the perfect episode when you take into consideration the purpose of that episode. And this episode had the same purpose, just for a different team. And it's such a contrast between the two episodes. It's pissing me off. How is it that Sumire takes the spotlight in an episode focused on Wasabi and Namida? Let me ask you, in fact. Apart from the fact that this episode was cute, you know, with all their, you know, high-pitched voices, you know, and everything happened, everything ended very, you know, happily and all that. What did you learn about Wasabi and Namida? Nothing about Namida. She's the same. You learned that Wasabi decided to be a little bitch for no reason. She just decided to be a little bitch. And she was mean towards Namida for no reason. Don't tell me she explained that by saying that Namida is annoying, Namida cries all the time, and they were shown to have a perfect relationship. I had an argument with somebody a week ago, and somebody said that most of characters feel like robots in the series, and I feel like that person who made that comment was a bit emotional, so to say, in that moment. I'm not saying that all of them feel like that, but that person will know that I'm referring to him. Congrats, bro. At least you got it right for this episode. These were robots, not characters. At least Wasabi. She literally, and I'm not even joking, she was a little bitch for no reason. So that hype that I had for her character once she got introduced just dies for me. No, the thing is, Boruto as a series does this horrible thing. Well, horrible, for me at least frustrating thing, because I'm a reviewer. I'm not a regular viewer, I can't, ignore these things. So for example, let's say you don't like some character in Naruto. That character will of course develop, progress in some way, but if you don't like the core of that character, that will never change. What Boruto does is really interesting. So Wasabi was super likable, now she was a little bitch, and probably until the rest of the series she's gonna be super likable. But I can't forget what she did in this episode. Same thing about Sumire. Sumire was always this type of girl, shy, and then it was supposedly, manipulation, because she wanted to kill everybody. But then she's back to, do you feel what I'm saying? Even in this episode, I had that bitter feeling of frustration towards Sumire, but I can't judge her character until the end of the series based on that horrible plot twist at the end of the Nue arc. She was very, very likable in this episode. Of course, she's shy. Apparently, that's her real self. I don't know. I read the manga, I know what's gonna happen to Sumire, so it all kind of confuses me. If you don't read the manga, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, she had this struggle because she didn't want to tell her secret for a long time because she thought that she wouldn't be accepted or whatever, but she did it. Great development, progression, whatever for Sumire, so yeah, that was really good. I really liked the moment when, she made those costumes for them and, she was all shy because of it. It was really nice. Her interaction, with Sarada and Boruto at the start when she said, like, you two get along well together. Sumire is the star of this episode. There's no denying it. I mean, in my opinion, of course. I mean, obviously, everything I'm saying is my opinion, right? This is my video, my channel. But why was Wasabi unable to catch that monkey? Okay, she ran out of chakra or whatever. I don't know, the time limit. Like, I don't know. But she was supposed to be much, much faster. What's up with the power scale? Do you remember how fast she fucking was during the getting graduation exam? And she couldn't even catch this little monkey. Why did that big wolf thing not get Namida? Why was Namida faster than that thing? That wolf didn't manage to avoid these bullets, water bullets from Sumire, but then all of a sudden, once shurikens were thrown at it, or kunais I should say, the beast magically became fast and avoided everything. Why did the paper bombs not explode after being set after a couple of seconds? Why did Namida have to scream? Like, this episode, oh my fucking god. So I just mentioned a couple of illogical things. No progression for Wasabi and Namida, and they had to get some progression because, as I said, there's a difference between development and progression. You don't always have to have characters, learn new things, but since Wasabi and Namida got barely any screen time, they have to progress really quickly in order to grab our attention. And it was terrible, like oh my god. It's a good idea having Wasabi and Namida be in this, argument. But the execution, I mean, I swear to God, I'm not even joking, give me 20 minutes and I'm going to think of a 17 times better scenario where characters don't feel like robots. I'm referring to Wasabi in this case. And yeah, that's basically the whole episode. Possibly, I'm gonna think about it later when I finish this video. Well, actually, I'm not gonna think about it. I don't want to have any negative thoughts. But I think this was, in my opinion, the worst side character development episode of the entire series. And what Boruto does the best, in my opinion, is, developing the side characters. I just want to forget this episode. Sorry for the negativity. I need to be 100% honest. Everything felt forced in this episode. Stupid conflict, illogical things. I mean, pacing is slow. I don't have that many problems with the pacing, but I don't know, guys. The rating. Sumire was good. She takes the spotlight. The mystery at the start of the episode, I mentioned it. Mitsuki Team 7 for like a couple of seconds. That gives me a couple of points to add to this episode. Namida felt like herself at least. Hanabi and Sai, it wasn't all that bad. But I'm gonna give it... Ah, shit, what do I give this episode? The purpose was to, you know, showcase the relationship between Namida and Wasabi, which was fucking terrible. But again, all these good factors. Let's give it 5.5. Yeah, I think that's officially the lowest rating I gave to a Boruto episode. I don't know who wrote this episode. I honestly don't know. I don't even want to know. Twitter and Discord links are in the description below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.